yeah, if anybody's ever been on Clomid before, I'm sorry. Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for coming back to my channel and watching this next TTC video. Sorry it has been so long since I've done one. I know it's been, I think the last time I did one was September 1st. There's been so much going on, you know, holidays and all that stuff. It's just been crazy, and I wanted to give you some good, you know, some decent results or decent feedback about how the new plan went when I first told you about it in the last one, which was the August-September TTC video. So real quick, I just want to briefly go through and revisit what the plan was. As you know, I went and I got these supplements from the natural fertility shop, and it consisted of the choice antioxidants. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not. The CoQ10 ubiquinol, that was this one. The Fertile Woman One Daily, that was the next one. There were five pills altogether, and that you took pretty much all day long at different times of the day. This is the maca, and this was the royal jelly. Those were the 5 pills that you took. Well, I mean, pills, yeah, they're a pill form, but they're supplements and, you know, all very natural stuff. I went, if you want to see I kind of briefly went through them in the last video about the whole new plan and everything like that. If you want to go more in detail, I would definitely link the video so you can refer back to it. This was the infamous binder that helped me through it, just to kind of keep me on track. I had I printed out her 90-day egg health checklist and just a bunch of information, her diet basics, you know, stuff that we already know, but it's nice to see it written out, especially when we're trying to get pregnant. Important foods specifically for fertility. And then I had, let's see, I know you guys can't really see what all this says, but it's okay. Then I had like the supplement schedule, how I was going to take all these vitamins. I've never been one to sit there and take a bunch of pills. So I wanted to make sure that I was on a really good schedule, one that they recommended, possibly that you do. And I set an alarm for every single time that I had to take them. There was a couple times where I did miss a day or two, only because I forgot to pack them up. But that was no big deal. This was how I was going to lay out all my meals. It was just like a general idea. And then I had actual like written out meal plans that I would do every, I believe it was like Saturday night or Sunday. And then just a bunch of like recipes that were just, everything was just in one spot that I can just pull out the binder and go from there. That is the binder. So I had four things that I was planning on doing. That was improving circulation with getting a massage like every other week, probably every week that I got paid. Eating better, so definitely less processed foods, as organic as I could get without going broke. That's a big, huge thing. So, and definitely more vegetables. Exercising, and then the supplements. that was a basic rundown of the plan and how I was going to try and, you know, just overall get myself more healthy and my husband more healthy. When I did the last video, September 1st is when I started the supplements, and it was also the first day of that period. We had gotten an IUI before that, obviously came up negative, so that's when I decided to start this whole big plan. Third day of my period, I started the Clomid again. 100 milligrams, it was 100 milligrams all the time. You know, Clomid just sucks. It's like, for that time, you are just crazy, crazy, crazy. And yeah, if anybody's ever been on Clomid before, I'm sorry. September 9th, we did the next IUI. Again, and it was on a Saturday, but again, we did it at the office. Like I said in my last video, we really enjoyed that, and we thought it was a little bit more fun, and we were there, and it was as fresh as it could get. You know, we basically did it, and then I peeked around the corner and put it on the shelf for them to take care of. So, like I said, if your doctor's office allows that, go for it. September 18th, which is about a week later, I had my progesterone test. I can't really remember the number. I think it was, I want to say it was in the high 20s, maybe low 30s, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly. I just know that it was higher than it had been the previous two times. Yeah, the previous 2 times. That was really good news. And then September 25th, I went in for a pregnancy test. And lo and behold, it was positive. I'm still in shock. This picture is the 12-week picture. It's kind of cool, at least at my doctor's office, because you had problems, you stay with him the first trimester. So this is the last picture that we got, and there's a baby in there. It worked. Like, something worked. I'm not quite sure what it was, you guys. I can't really tell you. Was it eating better? Was it the supplements? Was it just our time? I can't really even tell you what it was. And it's part of me, like, feels that maybe it was just our, I hate to say this, like, part of me feels like maybe it was just our time, because changing your health, changing your eating habits, taking supplements, that usually takes time for it to take in your body. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe it was a combination of the 3. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I mean, his sperm count wasn't astronomical. It was actually fairly low. Not extremely, extremely low, but definitely on the low side. I mean, it's still a mystery to me. And now we are 18 weeks. I'll be 19 weeks on Monday. And it happened. Something worked. Was it all this stuff? I don't know. But did it hurt? No. It probably helped. And that's the best conclusion that I can come up with. I don't know what the secret was. I can't tell you. I just know that it was kind of a coincidence that since we had made that change, that 3 weeks later, we got pregnant. So something had to all have been working in conjunction with each other. It still doesn't feel real yet. And even though I am definitely showing, let me stand up so you guys can see what possibly 18 weeks might look like. So this is me. This is the baby. And everybody's good. I am wearing maternity clothes only because mine are just getting way too tight, and I had to get some bigger clothes. So let me tell you what it's been like and how much of a surprise this was. Nothing out of the ordinary stood out to me that, like, symptom-wise, nothing was different. The only thing that was different is as my period was approaching, and like I had said before, I usually spot 3 to 7 days before my period, brown spotting, but none of that came. So I thought maybe that my period was just gonna be, like a couple days late. So that's why I wasn't getting the brown discharge yet. I mean, it was very close, but I mean, it didn't even really feel like my period was coming or like anything was happening. I didn't have cramps. I didn't have, like, my boobs didn't really hurt. So it just felt like a normal week, really. I didn't really start feeling symptoms until about 6 weeks. And so my boobs started to hurt. I actually wouldn't get hot flashes. I would actually get cold flashes, if that's even a thing, where I would get so cold at times that when I got goosebumps, it would hurt. And you were just so like, oh my God, I'm freezing. And it was in the house and definitely at work too. They keep that building really, really cold, especially in the summertime. And our summer, I'm not even joking, lasted until Thanksgiving. It was like 90 Thanksgiving weekend. So everybody's air conditioning was on full blast. It was just, not fun. Let's see. Morning sickness started a little bit 6 weeks in, but mostly like just a little bit in the evening where I would just kind of feel like, I don't really feel that great. 7 weeks, morning sickness, actual morning sickness started in the morning. But after I ate something, I kind of got on the system. If I ate toast when I woke up, then I would feel fine. Like I'd feel like a little bit, and then I'd eat some toast and have some coffee, and I would feel fine. 9 weeks, I think that was the worst week. I actually had to stay home for a couple days because I had really bad headaches and morning sickness, and I was really tired. Now, the cool thing about the morning sickness is I never threw up. I never vomited. And I've never been one to vomit. I think the last time I vomited was like 4 years ago. I don't know. I just never was sick. There were definitely times where I felt that if I did throw up, I would feel so much better. But I don't know. I just have an issue with it. I don't know. I don't want to do it. So a couple weird things. I had to stop eating beef at the beginning of October. I had one day for lunch some leftover steak fajitas that I had made, and that night I was just like, ugh, this is gross. I feel like crap. And I didn't touch it until the week of Christmas. And only then did my appetite start opening back up. So there was a good about 2 months where me and beef, I didn't want to see it, I didn't want to touch it, I didn't want to smell it, and it really sucks because I love steak. But that's over with. I can go back to beef and it's all great. With that, I couldn't really eat a whole lot of meat in general. I could eat chicken here and there. That was fine. But I really just kind of steered clear of any type of meat. It just didn't sit well with me. So I mostly ate light foods. Lots of fruit and veggies. I don't know what it was about the fruit and veggies. I think because they are so hydrating and so just delicious and juicy, and I just love that. So that got me through a lot. And then towards the end of the first trimester, beginning of the second trimester, I junk food here and there. Like, I went to Jack in the Box a couple times because I really wanted a monster taco and all this fun stuff. That a few times. But like I said, it was more towards the end of the first trimester where I could do that. It was funny, early on in the first trimester, the whole smell thing, and I didn't notice that my smell was any stronger, but I was able to pick up other smells that I hadn't really noticed before, or that were just hitting me all at that moment, or all at that time, or it was finally coming to surface. It's just your smell getting stronger, I guess. I mean, duh. That's what I'm trying to say. With the smell, Derek had gotten these Airwick air fresheners. And this is in October, I believe. Yeah, because he was all into the season and whatever, and they were pumpkin spice ones. Usually that never bothers me, but he plugged these suckers in, and after, I don't know how long I put up with it, but eventually I was like, you know what? These gotta go. Because I cannot walk by here without wanting to puke my guts out. Which I didn't, but I wanted to. And I don't know what it was, because then he got different ones, and they were like a clean linen scent. I had to get rid of those ones too. It was something, I'm not sure what it was, but it was this underlying scent that I kept smelling in their formula, and it was driving me nuts. And I couldn't handle it. So we unplugged them and I put them in a drawer, and that's where they've been since. I don't want to smell them. I don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. That's the end of that. And then just little things here and there where I'll smell different things, like certain smells will just come up and hit me all of a sudden. That's really weird. From early on to even to right now, I have had cravings for Asian food, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. I literally want Asian food all the time. And it's just so good. And I've had Vietnamese pho 3 times in the past 2 weeks. And then I asked Derek to take me to go get some ramen from this one restaurant that I just absolutely love. They have the best ramen. And so I'm gonna go have some of that. I'll try and tell you kind of from about the end of the first trimester till about last week. my body felt so out of alignment. My neck and my shoulders were so sore, and so something was going on. I don't even know what it was. And to this day, I still have to be kind of careful. But so sore to the point where I would get these awful, awful headaches. And I don't know if it was sitting too long, or I did notice that, where if I would lay on the couch too long, sit too long, that then my head would just start pounding because my neck and my shoulders would be so out of whack. That has been the worst part, honestly. I think I have a handle on it now. I get up and I walk around more and make sure that I'm moving around. I did have, like, there was 5 days there where I had like a migraine. It was a migraine, and it was, you know, it would go down to the point where it would be okay, you know, for me to function, but it was still kind of very faint. Like your head feels heavy. But it's not actually, like, it wasn't actually painful. But then there were definitely times where it was just like boom, 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 and you couldn't look at anything. Oh, it was awful. That was the worst part. That has been the worst part. But like I said, I think I got a really good handle on it right now. And it's been great because yesterday I got one of those sit-stand workstations for my desk. And that, me being standing up straighter, that has helped a whole lot. As far as, you know, eating, there are some days where I'll have a really, like, big meal, but for the most part, I'm just eating little bits throughout the day. I'll have a breakfast, and then I'll have like a snack, and then I'll have a small lunch, and then I'll have another snack, and then I'll have dinner, which sometimes is big and sometimes is really small. So that's what that is. Or, you know, sometimes if we're going out to eat, then yeah, I'll have something a little bit bigger. This week has been great. I actually have felt more like myself. I'm at 4.5 months, so that I am, like, rejoicing. I do feel a lot better as far as my energy level goes, and it's been a relief. And, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, being pregnant, it's the best thing ever. You feel great, and I feel great. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't say that I feel amazing and just fabulous all the time. I just feel, I felt very, like, I just didn't have any energy. I just didn't feel 100%. I had to really, like, push myself as far as, like, getting through Christmas, getting through Halloween, getting through all that was just so difficult for me. And it was very slow going from Halloween to Christmas as far as decorating. Honestly, I just didn't want to do it. But I did some, and, you know, not everything got put out this year as far as, like, the front. I just, you know, I couldn't do it. And it was hard to get into just because I just didn't feel great all the time. But this week has been a very different story. I feel much better. I have some energy back, and, you know, I'm pumped and ready to go. A couple other things. My skin is so incredibly itchy that I have not shaved my legs in I don't know how long, because I don't want the razor to irritate it because I have scratched my legs so hard that it's just like, it's so raw. And I lotion up every day and it's still, oh my gosh, like it's only, and it happens at night. Like I'm itching right now because it's just like, it's like you have, like you feel a bunch of like little things crawling on your skin and you're just like, and then when you do itch it and you're itching and itching, it's like you feel it in your whole body. It's almost like an orgasm. It feels, that is so weird to say. I'm really sorry, but that's what it feels like if you just start itching and you're just like, oh my God, relief. And it's so bad because my legs are so raw and I can't even stand it. One other thing is that my nose is, and this is partly because I live in the desert and it is so dry right now, that my nose is so dry and it bleeds every day and it gets congested at night, but it's not that horrible. All you gotta do is blow my nose. I actually got this really cool stuff from my sister for Christmas. It's this whole pack for, you know, stomach cream, boob cream, leg cooling gel for when they start to get sore, when you get bigger. And then it came with this yoga room spray, which is just like this peppermint spray, and you can spray it on your pillows. And oh my gosh, you guys, it works. In fact, let me go get it. It's this stuff right here. Mio Fit Skin for Life Liquid Yoga Space Spray. Relax, calm, and rebalance. Warning, may cause relaxation and happiness. It's this, I don't know if you can see that because the light is so bright. But this is it. Maybe it'll come in, maybe. I don't know. This stuff has been amazing. I sprayed on my pillows and I just smell it in, and I think last night was the best sleep I have gotten in a very, very long time. I fell asleep and I woke up in the same position, did not wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I don't think, not that I remember, because that is another thing. Ever since day one, I have gotten up and gone to the bathroom at least once every single night, except for on a few, like maybe 3 nights out of the whole time I have been pregnant. That was godsend. I felt so good today. Today was awesome. Anyways, again, going back to the plan and the results. Obviously, I got really positive results. Things worked. Things happened. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what it was. It was just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But none of this stuff hurt me. So one more time, I'll say it. The massage thing I never did. I never got to do. Because by the time I got around to like making an appointment, it was already too late. Like I was already pregnant. First thing was to eat better. Take all those supplements, which I will link again in this video. I will also link my last video in here. Eating better, less processed foods, taking the supplements, continuing to exercise, which I'm still dancing, by the way. I will until I can't anymore. And that was it. Those 3 things, because the massage thing I never got to, but those 3 things. And I mean, if you want to take my advice and you want to take that plan, run with it, go with it. Please do. Please tell me if it worked for you. This worked for us. I mean, like I said, I don't want to say it was totally the supplements, but those three things in conjunction, probably a little bit of was our time, luck, probably mixed in there. All of those in combination with each other did the trick. And I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be more happy. I still can't believe it because we haven't really bought anything yet. We do have a couple things, but nothing too crazy. At the end of all this, I will tell you what I'm not gonna do. I am not going to turn my channel from a TTC playlist, basically, because my channel isn't just about TTC. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and shove all this baby stuff down your throat, in your face. Haha, I got pregnant and you didn't. Not that anybody is doing that or saying that in their head. But what I have found with a lot of these TTC channels and people who have tried to, who have been going through this, as soon as they get pregnant, their channel turns into a let's get ready for baby channel, which is fine. Do it all you want. I'm not going to do that because I honestly stopped watching those people when, you know, you scroll along their videos and you're like, okay, well, they haven't gotten pregnant yet, so I'm going to keep watching them. It was so hard to watch that. And I don't want to do that with anybody else. That is not what I want to do. So I may throw in a couple videos as far as like, this is what we've done with the nursery. But honestly, I don't want to do that to you guys. It's so unfair. It's such a slap in the face. And it's almost like those people that were trying to do it forgot what it was like to be on the other side. And to all of a sudden see people's success stories, it was heartbreaking. Because now it's like, well, shit, like now I'm still not pregnant and, you know, they got it and whatever. Made me feel like a piece of shit, and I don't want to do that to you. So that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to shove it down your throat. But I thought in this video I would get all of that stuff out of the way and tell you how it happened, what it felt like when I found out, and the steps leading up to that, and then how it's been since, and what my symptoms have been, and when they kind of started. So we have that out of the way, and that's pretty much where it's going to end, because you know what's going to happen the rest of the time until June 4th is when I'm due. Unless you want to know, unless you want to see that stuff. I just know personally for me, I didn't want to. I stopped watching people after I saw their success stories. Not that I wasn't happy for them, but I didn't want to watch. I don't know. Is that mean? I don't think so. You know, you guys know where I'm coming from. And you know how much it hurts when all of a sudden, you know, you're struggling and then all of a sudden you hear, oh, guess what? I'm pregnant. Yay. And it's like, well, great. That's awesome. It's so hard to be happy for those people when you're still stuck behind. That is the end. I will link everything quickly so you can have quick access to it in the bottom, and that'll be it for this TTC journey. That is the end. No more. We're not doing it anymore. So we're not trying to conceive. We did conceive. Good luck to all of you out there. Take all this information, try it out. I highly recommend it all. it can only help you, and I wish the best. It's such a tough journey. I feel for all of you, but please take this information and run with it. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in my next video, whatever that will be. Have a great night, you guys. Happy New Year. Bye.